So I let Chatgpt pick some of my books. Let's see what they picked. Alright, that was a little bit of a misleading line, but basically my husband got me a bunch of books for Christmas. I'm gonna do a book haul, but my husband got me books and he typed in a bunch of books that I like into Chatgpt and had Chatgpt pick the books based on what I already like. So we get to kind of go through some of the books that Chatgpt picked. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know that we have that much to worry about with machine learning if these are what they picked, but they look pretty interesting. He also got me 2 books that are just actual regular books that he picked out himself, and I got another book from my aunt that I'll be showing. But yeah, let's get into the stuff that Chatgpt picked. I believe he typed in a bunch of Frederick Beckman and stuff like that, some other stuff I like. So, by the way, my name is Kayla. I do book reviews, reading vlogs, all that kind of stuff. So like, subscribe if you're interested in that. But let's just get into my Chatgpt Christmas book haul type video. The first book that apparently was chosen for me by machine learning is The Storied Life of A.J. Fikry. And this book is apparently about a little bookstore owner, and his prized collection of Edgar Allan Poe poems is stolen, and then a mysterious package arrives at his bookstore, and we don't really know much else after that. So it's really, really interesting. I think it's got kind of some of the intrigue of something like The Midnight Library, where we just have no clue where it's gonna go. Very interesting, and I think it starts off maybe with like a little bit of a bummer, but it gets really optimistic, I believe. I think it's going for endearing, heartfelt, and like he's having a life transformation moment. So I'm actually really excited to read this one, and this is probably going to the top of my reading list just because I'm curious about it. I don't know if I'll get to it in January, but maybe February, because I've got a couple other things that I'm going to be reading in the next few weeks already. The next one that machine learning picked for me, Chatgpt picked The Rosie Project, which is a romance novel. Now this is so random because I really don't read romance like at all, but it is a romance novel that's written by a former IT consultant, so I kind of feel like that makes it interesting and a little different. Basically, this guy is getting married, or he wants to be getting married, and he's got this huge, long, super in-depth survey that yields all of these like great candidates for a wife or something like that. I don't know, he's like a really science guy, a genetics professor, so he's going about this in a very scientific way and trying to find the perfect partner, and then he ends up meeting Rosie. And while he disqualifies her as a potential wife, she's trying to find her biological father, and there's this whole thing that he kind of gets roped up into. So while I'm not typically into a romance novel, I do think this sounds pretty cute and pretty interesting and pretty entertaining. But these are definitely kind of funny picks. I don't know. I guess I really won't know until I actually read them. So I'll probably keep you updated with a little post or something about how they turn out and whether they are actually up my alley, whether they're actually books that I would enjoy. But that was like a fun thing that my husband did. He's very into all of the machine learning stuff. That's like what he does for work. So yeah, anyway, love these and excited to read them. But what I really, really love are the books he actually picked himself. The first one is Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy, which I've been wanting to read for so long, and I just haven't, because Cormac McCarthy's novels can be like they can be dark, it's like a whole thing, and I was postpartum and everything, so I felt like it was probably not the time, but I still feel like it's probably not going to be the time for a while, I don't know, but I am excited to read it. This is another heavy book, so I think he's just trying to make me cry at this point. The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. I believe Tim O'Brien is a Minnesota author, which is the state that we hail from, even though we don't live there now. Really wish we did. I'm just kidding. I do like it there though. But this is it's basically about like war. I believe it's about the Vietnam War specifically, and like a whole generation of young men who basically have to carry all of these heavy burdens of their post-war struggles and things like that. I believe that's what it's about. It's one of those books that a ton of people, I think, read in like high school literature classes, but I was maybe just in a literature class that did not read that. I'm trying to think. Maybe this would have been in like the AP Lit class, but I like transferred schools midway through the semester, so I ended up in like a self-taught school where I just like kind of read whatever I wanted and read Infinite Jest instead. Very good book, but I'm so excited to read this, and I'm really excited for this next book because it is a cookbook and it's from my aunt, and it is called Love is a Pink Cake. Sorry, it has like a wrapping on it, but I kind of don't want to take it off until I use it and make a little recipe from it anyway. But actually, I'll take it off so it's not so shiny. Cute. And I cook and bake all the time, but it looks so cute. And she got this for me and said that it's just going to be really good. It has a bunch of good recipes. Just perusing through it so far, it looks like it's got a bunch of like really great seasonally based recipes and some that are more casual. And if you like to bake all the time, then you kind of have to almost get into casual baking. Like, you can't be making a 3-tier cake every time you want to bake something. It has to be something kind of somewhat a little more practical, if that makes sense. So I like that, but these look just so great. Like, all these, they have a bunch of like vegan recipes, they have a bunch of gluten-free recipes, they have just like regular recipes, which I love because I love being able to make baked goods for everybody that I know and have everybody feel included and give everybody a sweet tooth and give everybody bread. So I'm really excited for that, and this is my whole stack of all the books I got for Christmas. I'm so excited for all of these, but yeah, I think this one of these is probably going to be the first one I'm going to read, and then the things they carried might have to wait until like later in the summer or whenever I'm feeling like it won't just absolutely destroy me. But I am excited to have it because, like I said, I never get to read it. Anyway, that's it for this video. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let me know below if you've read these books, what your thoughts are, and what books you got for Christmas. I will be responding to the comments, so I'm actually interested. But anyway, thank you so much. Bye. Oh, Happy New Year! Happy New Year! That's crazy.